So in the midst of this Steven showcase, we're gonna get some Anthony Pettis done. Now Anthony Pettis beat 54-year-old Roy Jones Jr. in his pro boxing debut. Roy still looks, like I said, for 54-year-old dude, homie looks still pretty clean. It's just age is a motherfucker. Age is father time is undefeated. But Pettis looked good. Like he's definitely getting his boxing training in. But I'll say the same thing for him, like the same thing I said about when Jake Paul was boxing. Alright? I mean, smart, fight the guys who, I mean, that's Roy Jones Jr., obviously, but still, he's an older man. Let's go fight somebody your age now. Obviously, I ain't gonna expect you to fight the Gervonta Davises of the world, but you know, fight somebody closer to your age. And you know, like for me personally, like if you beat somebody that's like a legend like that, but obviously you're just a significant age gap, I'm not gonna celebrate like that. But I did like the bow that he did at the end. Like, alright, he bowed, he gave his respects and everything else, and that's cool. But he looked good. He looked good, and he was talking about that there was supposed to be a fight between him and Anderson Silva at 185 at one point, but they gave him Uriah Hall instead, which I don't think Pettis has a reason to lie about something like that. But it bodes, it kind of makes Anderson Silva's complaints about the UFC more valid too, because he probably wanted that fight himself. But instead, they opted to book him against Uriah Hall. And you know the dude? Hey, you fight a guy who fought welterweight, going up to middleweight, you know, former lightweight, former featherweight, going up to a fourth weight class. But it would have been fun. It would have been fun. I would have actually enjoyed seeing that. Because there's the youth of Pettis in comparison to Silva. And then there would have been, you know, Anderson Silva's craftiness. So that would have been nice. But trying to work a specific type of strategy right now with Pettis. Trying to work a lot of the backwards jabs when possible, as well as the backward crosses, because you know I gotta keeping the game as fresh as possible for me, especially that you know EA signed a 10-year deal with UFC, so obviously they're gonna be the ones making the next game. And there's usually a cycle between 2.5 years or so when they're going to release a new game. So obviously we haven't heard anything. Hey, but you haven't heard about not going to my goddamn body. Something down easy. But we haven't heard anything from BA outside of the couple things that Brian Hayes has said publicly. You know, with regards to us having a new engine and everything else like that. But no, nothing about no alpha, no beta, nothing. So kind of sucks. And I don't want them to do what I know UFC 4 was affected by the whole COVID thing. You know, I don't want to get demonetized for some reason. That's still a thing. You know, that thing going on. So it affected a lot of layoffs and everything else. And I don't want them to. If you're gonna have a next iteration of the game, please, it needs to be at worst at least like 40% better. 40 to 50% better than UFC 4. I'm not going to go and expect it to be 100% better, but I would really like it for it to be significantly better, at least to the amount where like I never have to touch UFC 4 again. Same way that I don't have to touch UFC 3 ever again, outside of like maybe content reasons. I am perfectly okay with never touching that game again. We're doing a good job working off the back foot. Now, Gaethje has that accursed carved wood perk, which with the style that this Gaethje player is working, it's very simple. It's a walk them down, long-term block breaking style. People associate too much with block breaking, with doing X amount of combos and whatnot, but truly it's punishing the guard of your opponent. You can do 1-2 shots. He's doing that just right now. 1-2 shots. And he's hoping for me to defensively make a mistake, so he can get some little extra bleed through. So then eventually, when it gets worn down enough, right, now he's trying to hope for those strikes to break through. But he's breaking his rhythm, working up his southpaw weapons. Head kick, didn't get it. Slip elbow, looking clean. Spinning heel kick, this should be wraps. Yo! My God, I do a fucking front kick. Why did it turn into a goddamn knee? Ay. EA Sports is in the game. Yeah, I like to see that. I was talking about in the Steven showcase around then that a lot of the fighters who are going to boxing, I kind of view it as almost a little bit more dangerous. than if they were to have continued in MMA, because that's a lot of consecutive concussive blows to the head. And my concern is that some of these fighters now start boxing, and when they get matched, if they get matched up with somebody who's legit, I'm surprised they didn't rock me. They might be in some deep trouble. It's weird trying to find the back foot, but doing a good job of it. But one dilemma with Pettis, he doesn't have the most punching power, which is weird. He should have better punching power. They should have a prime Pettis if they do that. Prime Pettis would be good. There we go. Interrupt. Hey, hey! Still got that, though. That cross is intercepting my jab really well. It's a really good weapon. Oh, come on! I was trying to go for something cool. He's stuck to me like glue. That's good. We gotta knock down ourselves. That carved wood perk makes him like a zombie to deal with. Of course, if I had somebody like Connor or Poirier, it wouldn't matter too much. But with Pettis, you got to play the long-term game. Oh. It's 5 rounds. You're expecting to work for 5. Expect to work for 5. Hopefully get him out early. There we go. It's got to be a 10-8 right now. Gotta be a 10-8 round. Yo, stop the fight. He got. Y'all not watching this? This man getting murdered. Mario Yamasaki's the K-Side doctor. 5 knockdowns, I'm pretty sure. Was that 4 or 5 knockdowns? They're like, yep, send him out there. Send Homer Simpson out there. I forgot who was they called him Homer Simpson. It was Conor McGregor. There we go. Kickboxing flow. Oh. Let's get back to boxing. Yeah. I would like for them to release a more detailed frame data sheet for this game, akin to how the guys in Street Fighter and Tekken and all those guys know stuff like that, because if you have more detailed things with how the game works, you'll have people less inclined to complain about things they don't know. Of course, there's still a wealth of information, way more now than the devs have ever provided for us, outside of my boy Jeff Howard. We're now working with, God of War and everything. But having more knowledge of these frame counters and block counters would do this community more justice, okay? I guess he didn't want to jump in the guard. He didn't want to get subbed. I respect it. But his block can't be perfect either. So, like, case in point, when you hear that animation when the guard breaks, or you see that committal, like, there's a time that shit is gonna have to recover. And he's stumbling back, but he gets to stumble back so quickly out of range. Like, just little things like that just have to change. Okay. There we go. Play that. He had the side block on. So side block, whenever that side block animation comes, it works really well to defend against hooks, roundhouse kicks, and everything else like that. Hey-oh! Good body. That should be it. But the side block, of course, we're not gonna get him out. But the side block is it's very important that you recognize the animation. And one thing that a lot of quote-unquote high-level players do is that they'll force one of those blocking animations to happen, whether it's by overcommitting your guard or just letting it 1 or 2 times. Maybe they're working on the ground or anything else like that, and they see how you react defensively. So if you watch my final against Suave Jamie in Las Vegas, a lot of guys are wondering, like, why weren't you guys countering each other? Well, one, we're in land, so we're like right next to each other playing. It's offline. So one, it's way quick. Dude, that's why the fights are so good offline. It's so great offline. The reaction for a lot of things is just really, really solid, especially on the PS5. But essentially, if you see the guy overreacting to like a jab or hook or little things like that, you know that the head's gonna come back to center, so you can just keep landing gradual damage. So you really want to make sure that when you move your head, you are moving out of the way of something, and you're not just going into strikes, because that will cost you. But speaking of the guard, like this, his face is all, dude. He's been knocked down so many times. I can't. Hold on, let me stand up. set up. I can't give this guy a chance to stay in this fight. There we go. Hit stun. Trying to throw. It's cool. Head kick. Yeah, y'all don't see that often. Y'all don't see that often. Y'all don't see no lead head kick after a jab. He not trying to throw shit. I can tell he's sweating. There we go. 1-2 head kick. Laterally. Lead hook. He did not do anything. He did not do nothing back. And that's it. Anything to save the rank points, huh? Anything to save the rank points. And ruin the celebration, the Showtime celebration. So just pretend that the Showtime celebration is happening right now before we go and search for another fight. I fight this guy so many times on stream. And with Pettis, it's going to be tough. See, I almost wanted to challenge myself to only box with Pettis, but the matchups I'm getting are definitely not allowing for that. Plausible, but not with the way this guy fights. I fight this guy so many times on stream. Yep, there we go. So, notice his rhythm. It's 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 1, 2. That's what it's going to be. He always does this when I fight him on stream. He chooses like the best guy. Be like Volkanovski or Holloway or Poirier or whatever the hell. And that's pretty much what it is. And he's looking to just force a lot of exchanges, but we're going to nail him with a head kick. An open stance. Which is the weapon I'm looking to use since I switched to southpaw. Part of the reason I am in southpaw, because I know this guy's pretty uncomfortable when I'm in southpaw. But this is where, when you have those high-rated fighters, you have that confidence to just, I'm just going to stay right in front of this dude. My head off can be fine. It's going to recover faster. Oh, that was sucky. So you can just force these exchanges. Just a lot of planted, rip and goes. But, to be fair, I'd rather deal with this than chasing somebody around the octagon for 25 minutes. So I'll deal with this as much as I can. But the style does show a lot of issues. Whereas you see, you know, let's reference the boxing fights, right? From over the weekend with Pettis and Jones, right? When you saw those guys whiff, there was a brief collision. Or when they missed a strike going forward. Like there was a moment in their forward where it got slowed down because you're whiffing a strike, especially going forward. Even if you plant and miss a strike, the subsequent strikes aren't going to be as fast. And of course, that goddamn cross of Volkanovski lands as I'm ducking. The 1-1-2 is also pretty busted too, especially in open stance. But I'm telling y'all, when y'all, if you guys are still in like the Discords for UFC 4 or Operation Sports, everything about stamina and yada 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 as you rock this guy one more time. I was hoping he slipped. All of that is not going to change nothing if we don't make the physics be more realistic on just smaller penalties. Like lunging him forward like that and then being able to just glide on out, it just can't be a thing. Look at that, he just darted forward at 1-2 and just slides back out like nothing happened. I promise you, so many players are going to get patched the fuck out if they do fixes like that. But we got sat down there. One of those range adjustment issues just kind of fucked me. But we'll be alright. Just stick a move.
45 seconds to go here in round 1.
Volkanovski's like the perfect guy for this weight class. Bro, how did that spinning back fist not land? Alright, bro, you need to relax. You need to slow the fuck down. You play like this every time I run into you. Do you not get bored of doing the same thing over and over again? Holy hell. It's like, for as many hours there are in a week. It's like 168 hours in a week, and this guy will play like this every single time. We gotta stand our ground. We have to stand our ground. The main part we're gonna have to punish him, of course, is when he's lunging forward. That's the speed advantage for Volkanovski is a problem. But we're gonna have to try to plant our own and punish him on the entry. Whoa! Okay, that's good. We got the drop though. We got the drop. Exactly what we needed. It's the short man dilemma there. Oh no, we're gonna show off that black belt in jiu-jitsu. Oh, my friend, why would you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Oh, my Lord, he did not. That's... Oh, my friend. He panicked. That's what it is. He had to have panicked. Wow. Yeah, that's... Well, I might have fumbled. Let me slip a little bit. Nope. Never mind. Yo, we choke him out. Is he gonna quit? No, he's not gonna quit. That's cool. Look at him patting him, making sure he's okay. Hey, I'll take that. That was that could have gone downhill really fast. Like really bad with the pace of the way that fight's going. Like, I swear, he had to have thrown close to almost 200 strikes, at least like 170 to 200 strikes in that first round alone. And even if he tweaks things like stamina and whatnot, it's not going to fix issues of collisions, it's not going to fix issues of physics. Because then guys, if they just switch over to like 1 or 2 shots and keep it low, and they're gliding out of the way of counters and everything else, it's the same dilemma, just at a slower pace. And the lower rated fighters are going to get fucked even more. But, all in all, boxing wise, did some good work boxing with Anthony Pettis. Felt real clean, got some knockdowns, got some good kickboxing too, and it feels good. I actually might start doing some tweaking in the practice room with Anthony Pettis and figure out how to use all of his weird shit, so I can use them a lot more unique than other people use them. But that's going to be it for this showcase for Anthony Pettis, Mayor 17. I'm out.